Squirrels, loads of little peanuts of your hoop, lad.
Get it, lad.
Lad, swear down like there's a squirrel by ours who's trying to kill me bird. I'm not even messing. Lad, I'm not even messing. Lad, I'm not. They're gone. Lad.
Where did that come from?
What?
How aren't you opening with that? That's amazing. Tell me this immediately.
Episode 16 of the What's Happening podcast.
Boom.
How we doing? Brought to you again by Orange County CBD. Use code Happenin25. You get 25% off all your orders, whether it's the oils, the fucking vape liquids, the jellies, anything.
Yes.
Right, Love Island.
No, wait there. Don't jump straight into Love Island, lads. Matty's not here again. We're missing
Matty.
another man. Gary's back. Say hello, Gary.
Gary's back.
Matty's dead now.
Matty's brown bread.
Heavy.
Cancer.
No, he jumped off a curb. He is that small. Come on.
To be fair, though, his ears
guy.
would probably fucking parachute him down, wouldn't it? I swear. He's got like so unproportioned ears to his head, lad, and he's on him.
Yeah, it is mad, isn't it?
Like, he's got proper Champions League ears, and he's on him. You know what I mean?
Champions League is on the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's got the fucking little skinniest beanhead ever, hasn't he?
But we love you.
Right, Love Island then. Have you been watching it?
Do you know what? Right, so me bird's into it, me bird
You
watches
love it then, though, yeah?
Do you know what? With Love Island, I was saying this last night, it's fucking mad. Like, the first week, I fucking hate it.
Lad, yeah.
It cringes the life out of
Yeah.
me because they've got a script. They're like, so what's your type on paper and all that.
Yeah.
Fuck off, you little rat, you know what I mean? When there's a bit of drama, then I get into
Lad,
it.
in it, lad. I've got to watch it from the start though, because I hate jumping into it like a weekend and not know what's going on. Like, why is she hugging me there?
So you've got to have it on. My bird will watch it and I'll just like have my head down, like just fucking in the background. So I'm aware what's going on, but you can tell I'm getting old because as soon as like fucking Michael Owen's little daughter came in, and I was like 19's a bit young for this though, innit?
Madness.
And then when that Italian fella, who's not even Italian by the way, he's from Bolton, he's a liar.
He's a liar. No one is Italian, but
He come in, he's like, what's your done meal day and all that. I mean, that's all he was saying. And I
talks in like lasagna.
and I was like 27 though.
He's horrible, lad, isn't he?
I was like, that's when he was 17, lad, she was 9. I was like, that's heavy, do you know what
Fuck
I mean?
off, it's mad when you think of it like that, innit?
Age is mad, because like, now, when you're in your 20s, if there's a 10-year gap, it doesn't matter.
Listen, lads, I always go by that saying.
That's why my bird's 14.
No, listen, lad, I always go by this saying. Age is just a number and prison's just a room. You know what I mean? It's just, it's how the saying goes.
That is the nonsense sentence ever. But there was a fella who used to live in our street I called Bobby Buzz, and he had a stint on the telly. Done a documentary about him because he was a top shagger at 90 years of age, right?
What, by yours have you just said?
By me Mars, yeah. Bobby Buzz, Smith Down Lane it was.
And he made a documentary on it because what? Because he just shagged holes a bit?
He was like 84 and he had like a 24-year-old wife and about 7,000 kids. He was just a proper gooser.
Fuck off, was he minted?
No, he was a meth. Like fucking, I lived down by Archbishop Blanche School. It's rough as arseholes down there. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Was his bird nice though, or was she like?
She was a smackhead. And he was just like, they had like one little fucking docu-series on him. And they had the video of him walking down the street singing Happy Days. He's going, oh, happy days. Random story, just about some nonsense. But as I said, there was like a fucking 60-year gap between him and his bird. And I was like, I'd understand, like we talked about Hugh Hefner last time, if he's got pure till.
Yeah, then you get it.
You're taking a wrinkly dick in your face.
Do you know what I said? Because I watch you with me camel, who's sat right here. By the way, you've got to at least say hello.
Is that even on the camera?
Yeah. What?
She's not even on the camera.
I know, but you should.
Oh.
She's not even a camel.
No, but what I said to me bird was, so I
the photo that we put up, you just hold it like a fish across just like that at the end.
She was, yeah. I was saying to her, I was like, listen, like I can understand why birds would see the attract. Like you've seen that David fella,
he's a good looking fella.
He's built like a fucking Greek god. But you know what I said though?
Horrible,
I went, listen, like I couldn't be with someone like him. Like I couldn't be with someone who was like a bird, like who was an Italian, like a proper Italian. I couldn't have a laugh with her, lad. Yeah. They don't have the same sense of humour. I wouldn't be able to have a conversation with them. It's like, we're going out and be like, oh, weather. And I'd be like, oh yeah, it's sick, lad. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? No, what do you actually talk about with them? What do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's sitting there. Like, did
Coliseum,
you see him on the interview? He was going, I've never been so happy. And like, they didn't even crack a smile, lad.
Sounds like the fucking Count Dracula off Sesame Street, isn't it?
I do eat your blood.
Nah, do you know what, though, mate? Do you know what, like, this is what, every time I watch Love Island, I proper get into it. I get into it every year. Every year I tell myself I'm not going to, but every year I do it though.
Yeah.
And like, I can never get the thoughts out my head. Like, because there's always like weirdos on it, but then there's always ones who are half normal.
Yeah.
But then I think, oh yeah, like these seem sound. Like, do you know when like you pick a favourite on every year, you know what I mean? Standard.
Yeah.
And but then in
Who's your favourite?
I told you to start 2 days in.
Okay.
We'll be a couple of weeks in though by the time this comes out, so then I'll have established a firm favourite player. But like every year, but then I can never get the thoughts out my head. Although these seem sound, they're not. Because imagine sitting there applying for like imagine like people all out. Imagine we were doing like.
Have you ever applied for like any fucking reality TV shows?
No,
I applied for Bear Grylls The Island.
No,
like,
never.
Swear down, like.
Imagine if you were on
like I'm a tit as well. Like I'll eat like fucking chicken nuggets and that's it. Like imagine putting a crocodile stick in front of me. Like, do you know what I mean? They were like trying to cook. I'm like that. You know what I'm meant to suck it off first now. But applied for right. I got to stage 3 interview right, and I was in Manchester. And
what were they asking you? Like, what flavour's your piss?
So you have to do like a video.
You know, like what?
So you have to do like a video interview, and then you get through to the second stage, and it was just a one-on-one interview talking about yourself and all that. And then it was like this big group thing in a hotel in Manchester, and they get you in like groups. And they were like, if you were stranded on a desert island and you could only take 2 things with you, what would you take and all that?
Flashlight.
And I was like, a cap so I wouldn't get sunburns. They were like, you're a fucking gimp.
Oh my God, do you know what? Going completely off topic, right? Like, this is a disclaimer, by the way. Like, I need to tell you about it. I've told you, but I need to tell him.
That was an announcement.
No, it weren't, because it's sort of on the same line, like reality.
Like, we need to put
TV
like a fucking news bulletin on the bottom of the
news
screen.
Bulletin.
You've got spoilers for it, don't you?
No,
okay.
No, lads, what are you chatting, lads? It's Derren Brown.
Oh, lads.
I need to tell him, because I've told him, but I haven't told you.
Found him kussing your ma?
Yeah.
No
and he made me just disappear. Are you on to Derren Brown, though?
Yeah.
Right, so...
He's sick, lad.
Who went to see him the other day?
Me?
Someone else though as well. I think my mate Luke put a story up for Derren Brown.
Did you speak to him about it?
No.
Right, so
I asked him to come on the pod tonight, but he was in work.
Right, so little disclaimer: if you like Derren Brown and you want to watch the show, like skip this bit or whatever. If you're not asked, watch it because it is a spoiler. And if Derren Brown one day he's gonna watch this, and do you know what I mean? Because I love him. Yeah, he's to his mind. Right, this has been weeks after your show, lad. So chill. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not a big spoiler. But anyway. We went to go and see him, so it was me and her.
Chill. Selling Derren Brown.
Chill out, lad. But listen to this for the story, right? So me and her is a mate and a mate's fella. Yeah. We all went, right? So obviously we went down there. We'd had a few bevies before it, and we'd went in. I know about she'd never seen Derren Brown or any of them, but I've seen it before. We went to go and see him.
Yeah, we went to watch him.
We went to go see him a couple of years ago, lad. He was unbelievable. The shit he can do. Listen, Gary, this is when I say
serious though.
Lad, it's scary.
No, listen to this for the story. I'm not even messing, right? It like, even when I think about it now, like, it gives me shivers up my spine. So he was doing everything right all night.
Sorry, I'm a proper virgin there. When you said shivers up my spine, I went straight to that fucking thing when you were a kid. What was it? ... line, creepy curlies up your spine. No, that's what I went to in my head. Fucking autism over here. I'm sorry, lad.
Derren Brown.
No, some. He was doing everything right all night, right? And then he had the interval, and then we come back after the interval, and he got this bird on stage. Yeah. This bird was up before the interval, so we got it up. There was a table, 2 chairs, and like a box of playing cards on the table. So we got it up, and he was like, he went to her, you were up before and that. I'm going to do something with you. You're not going to know that you've done it, blah, blah, blah. So he gets out these playing cards, spreads it out and goes pick a card. So she picks one. It was like the 5 of clubs. So what she does is she signs a name on it.
Yeah.
He gets all the cards, puts it back in his pocket, and then he's got this empty box where the playing cards went into, and he put that one card in there. Then there's a fucking little chest on the table, a little wooden treasure chest. Mm-hmm. So he goes, listen, I'm going to count to 5. When I count to 5, that card's going to be in that box.
With your nan's ashes.
You've got to dig through them to find it.
With a straw.
Spoiler alert, we
Spoiler
take a
alert.
picture of you and your nan from your childhood, so that when you find them, it's more traumatising than the fact that you're sticking to your nan's ashes anyway. We made it there, fucked up.
So,
Your nan's dead.
that's what's on the back of the card.
Was this your card? It's the picture of a nan.
It's just that picture of that fella from Come Fly With Me. Your dog is dead. He's got Nan is dead in the box.
Nan is dead.
But anyway, so he goes 1, 2, and as he said 2, all these red strobe lights come on in the audience, and then he went 3.
Imagine being epileptic watching him die.
It's like, oh,
I don't imagine how funny that would be if someone just died.
I've got another story to tell you
And the
after,
end
but
of the
that
box,
might
go on.
need. That
Oh,
might need.
no, it won't need edit. No,
All right, okay, it won't. But anyway,
So red strobe lights come on.
red strobe lights come on, and he said 5. Next thing we go to the bird on stage. Where's the card? So she's a scouser. She's just off the floor like that. He's grabbed up. You know what I mean? And she's went, well, it's obviously in that chest, innit? So everyone starts laughing and that. Then he goes, yeah, but how did they get in there? And she goes, I don't know. And he went, did you remember me counting? And she went, nah. And he went, what do you remember? And she went, I remember you going 1, 2, and then 5. So everyone's like, wow, what the fuck? So he goes, all right, I'm going to do it again, but this time I'm going to get this wooden chest, I'm going to put it over there on the stage, like halfway across the stage. Like they were on that side, and they put the chest over there. Get up, lad, listen, lad, I'm not even messing.
I am.
So you're not ready,
We're all
though.
in the same room.
Right, shut up. So he sits back down and he goes, what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to get a cameraman out.
Yeah.
And what he's going to do is he's going to film the whole situation. So she's like, all right, son. So then he goes, 1, 2, the strobe lights go off for fucking like however long. Then he goes, 3, and says it dead slow. Lad, with her eyes shut, she gets the card out the box, stands up, lad, being all dead weird and that, walks round the table.
Like she's possessed.
Lad, honest to God, you like she was possessed or something. Like, either eyes shut the whole way, bent down, opened the box, put the card in, walked all the way back to his chair and sat down, and then he went 5. But the way he said 1 to 5 was dead slow. It was like 1, 2. So when he said 5, she opened her eyes. Then Derren Brown goes to her, did you remember that? And she started laughing. I went, no. So we played the tape. Lad, her head fell off.
Stop it.
Listen, her head fell off. She was like, what the fuck's going on there? Blah, blah, blah. This is the best bit, Gary. So what he does what he does now, he gets his other bird upstage. Just like he was throwing frisbees, and if you caught it, you come up. So he got this bird up. Honestly, he was just throwing frisbees
Like
in the
that
audience.
scene in The
One of them bounced off some
Yeah,
fella's
these
head,
little
lad. He was
camels from
fuming.
Scotty Road jumping up like dogs like that.
All balls of collies and that.
That'll pick me.
So anyway, he gets this bird up, right? He
Got
gets
chokers on. With a little fucking bit of paper rolled up your dressing.
where he's from.
In case you get ran over, you little rat. Talking about that, there quick. I ran a cat over once, right? I was taking my mate and his kids while to the hospital. His kid was really sick, so he was flying night. And I just felt this bump, and I just looked at me with and there was this white cat on the road, and I went, I thought we were about 2 minutes from the hospital, so I just flew down the Aussie, and I felt bad. So I was like, I'm going to go and check that cat. So I flew back, right, and it had just been kicked to the curb, right, and it was this white cat, and it was just red. And I looked at its collar, I got its dress out, and I looked at the cat, and I was like, that is pure roadkill. So I just put the piece of paper back down and got off. I thought, I'm not shoveling someone's cat up and knocking at a door.
Lad, your
Just squashed it.
That's your cat.
Your cat is dead.
Kids are in tears. Yeah, do you want to grab him off? There's nothing to say.
Just mow the cat.
Lad, so anyway, Derren Brown, like, get on this. He gets his other bird up on stage, and what happens is he gets this like chain. This chain comes down on it like from the ceiling, and he puts this chest in this cage that's dangling, and he starts whispering in this bird's ear. Do you know the one who he said keep an eye on that box, like, you know what I mean? That other bird was still sat down on the table. So then what he starts doing, and there's a reason of why I believe what he done was true, and it actually did happen. Because me and her have been debating it for like a good 2 weeks. Like, did it happen or didn't it happen? Right?
Why don't you reckon it did?
No. No, you shut up, you're ruining it. Like, not even in that podcast. Like, so he puts it on this chain, and it's swinging a little bit left, like side to side, and he starts chatting shit. Somehow you're just listening to him chat shit, and he's going, listen, as I'm speaking to, just focus on this box, blah blah, swinging back and side. Starts chatting all this madness about his dad and everything, right? Then what he done is, as he finished speaking, and he was speaking for a good 30 seconds, like just chatting proper shit as we were staring at this box, that he walked away from the box and sat down with the bird. Lad, I'm not even messing my mum's life. I was looking at the box and then I'd look away to look at him speak to this bird on the table. And lads, have you ever watched a film where like you can only see the actor and everything behind it's all blurred out?
Yeah.
Everything was dead blurry. The only thing I could see, and it was as vivid as day, was just this box swinging from side to side. So every time I was looking away from the box,
the box out, I was swinging.
Big labia everywhere.
Every time I was looking away from the box, it was like my brain was telling me like, nah, look at the box. So I kept going like that and looking back at the box, looking at him, looking back at the box. So then listen, he goes, right, I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to count to 5 and that card you've got on the table is going to be in that box that's swinging up there, right? So he goes, 1, the lights start flashing. Then I just heard him go 5. And I went, so this is how I know it's real, right? I heard 1, the lights started flashing, then I heard 5, and I can't remember nothing else. She and a mate and a fella, they all heard 1, 2, and then 5. So I didn't hear 2, I heard 1 and then 5. These heard 1, 2, and 5. So what I thought, whatever, it's a load of shit. I reckon he's just got that card over there and swapped it over. Nah, end of the show. He's only got the cameraman on stage filming the whole 30 seconds of air, standing up, going over to the cage, putting it in, and going back to the seat, and all of us in the audience like that.
Oh, I'm not even aware that she's done it.
No.
That's scary. That,
listen, lads, we walked out of there, and I've never felt freakiness, like supernaturally shit in my fucking life.
When we went to see him, lad, I came out and I felt dead uncomfortable after, and I was like, as if, because like, it's scatty, like, because like, I reckon he's definitely, like, he's definitely
he's put people a kip and went and fucking fingered their assholes everywhere. And you know what I mean? Like the amount of people in that fucking audience who he just went over and wiped his belt cheese right on the lips and all that.
Have you seen? Listen,
like finger up his ass, giving people bacon muzzies and walking off.
Have you seen? Listen, have you seen the one where he hypnotizes people and gets them on a plane over to Japan and they wake up in Japan and they're like, what the fuck's going on here?
Imagine how fuming you'd be. Like that. Hey, Derren Brown sent me to Japan. You know, you're a liar. You're a liar.
You can fucking have it. I'm not even asked.
Nah, but listen, do you know even
I'm gonna go on a mad bed and go fucking Derren Brown.
Do you know?
Sweet him. Nah, no, it was him.
Don't blame me. I just woke up there. All of it.
Do you know what makes me believe in him even more though? Like the people that we went with. So the lad that we went with, he's like a 6-foot fella. Like he watches the podcast. So if you're watching, yeah, man. But like, and he works on like a construction site and like he doesn't believe in none of that shit. You know what I mean? And he done this thing where he made everyone stand up. He was like, if you're age between 20 and 25, stand up. If you got this type of job, stand up, blah, 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 blah. Then he went, put your hands together. And then he was chatting all this madness. And at the end of it, he went, if you can let go and move your hands, sit back down. So me here.
Yeah, just all like that. Open Uncle Billy's undies. Little Willie and all that, everyone's hands.
Lad.
Oh, did you ever do that in school when you put your hands together and make a little fanny with your mate? So you like sandwich your fingers and then open your fingers. It's a little box.
It's a little box. That's Pandora's box right there, lad. Anyway, so he got. We all sit down. He's stuck like that. But lads, when you looked at him, all the colour went from his face because he shit himself. And then
looked like Danny.
Yeah, lad. Yeah. Nah, he went whiter than him. But lad, he was stuck like that. And then Derren Brown goes, "Listen, if you just stood up now, don't shit yourself, but I'm gonna make you forget your name." So that he shit himself that much, he went, "I'm not doing that," and sat down and put his head down. Lad, Derren Brown had 40 people next to his stage and he was going, "What's your name?" And they were going, "I don't know, lad." You've never seen nothing like it. Like, I'm only speaking about him because of how much I love him, lad. Like, I'm obsessed with him, lad.
He won't be able to get me, lad. I'm not even asked. He already has once, but he wouldn't do it again.
Empire, was it?
Oh, lad, yeah, in the Empire.
We went to the Royal Court. There was a bit where he was like, there was a bit where we were all sitting there. It was me, you and Elliot who went there. 3 of us are sat there in the theatre and he's like, some of you, he starts playing this video where he's like, it's got he's talking over the video while it's playing. He's like, it's got subliminal messages in it.
He's playing a video and it's just Danny going...
You know, he's speaking to school, but nah, because fucking, he said like it sends subliminal messages to your brain and some of you'll feel compelled to stand up, and even if you try to stop it from happening,
you're getting up.
You physically won't be able to. Like you'll be. So I was thinking, I thought I'll plan it at me. I'll put like the little armrest. I was like, I'm grabbing hold of them. So then if I start trying to stand up, I'm keeping myself sat down.
Yeah.
And then the video's playing, and as the video stops playing, me and there was hundreds of people in. There was like thousands, like 2,000 people in the theatre. There was easily a couple of hundred people, well more probably. And I had all of me chair, and I could feel myself getting up like that, and I was going, what the fuck?
Well,
it was horrible.
It's the way he does it with his brain, because all the way through the show, he'd play this certain sound, and when this sound would play, we didn't even realise when people were just standing up.
It's scatty, lad.
It's weird what he can do to you, Gary.
People like that's fucking genuine shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I believe everything he does.
My bed's Mars proper into Psychic Sally, right? So we bought
Psychic Sally.
Never heard of Psychic Sally?
My man loves a lad. I can't stand the lad. She does me head.
You all went in the Empire, and my babe was like, "You coming along?" I was like, "Yeah, sound." So we're all there.
She sold out the Empire.
Do you know what she's like? Have you ever seen I was gonna say Dappy then. No, what's his name?
Derren Brown.
No, not Derren Brown. The one who lives up in Scotland, the comedian. She's upstairs. Oh, she's downstairs. Limmy. Have you seen Limmy?
Just sitting on stage with a big dick out of a little muzzy.
Salisha do a magic tricks in there.
So my bed's ma wanted to go, so we all went. So it was like me, my bed, two sisters of ma, and one of her sister's fellas. Big firm of us go, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm like,
got that one, sir.
I'll fucking...
Stop that, mate.
Just one sec.
I was like, do you know what? I'll be open-minded, I'll fucking listen here and all that. And she's going on, and she's just like going, oh, someone's coming to me, someone's talking to me, right? She's like,
his name is Chris, no, John,
yeah.
no.
She's like, she went, but it's the people in the audience that are dickheads, like, they're worse than her, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was like, someone's came to me, he fell off a roof, I think he was a roofer, he's trying to talk to someone in this room. If someone can feel a signal, like, let me know now. And this fella's like, it's me! It's me! Like that. And I'm looking at him going, fucking hell, calm down, lad. And Sally goes, what connections to this person? He goes, I've got a ladder. And she went, what? She went, I've got a ladder. You can go on the roof with me, ladder. And she went, what are you on about, lad? She went, you said he fell off a roof. I've got a ladder in our garden. So it's someone in my family who's borrowed me ladder and got on the roof and fell off the roof. And she just went, lad, you need to leg it, you dickhead. And she made security kick him out. Lad, he was having a pure breakdown and everything. He was having an emotional connection with his fucking his lost fucking grandfather or something. And he's like, I've got a ladder. I was like, you're a dickhead.
Listen, lads.
Why pay 35 brick for a ticket?
Heavy story.
Wait, the last thing.
Heavy
Even going
lad.
back to Derren Brown's done a whole special on like debunking that, you know. It's a thing that he can do. It's called cold reading, and it's picking up on certain things and facial expressions and shit like that.
Elliot's from the Navy. Do you want to speak to him?
Oh my God,
on the podcast?
He best be playing Soggy Biscuit if he's in the Navy.
Elliot, look, before you say anything, right, let me just tell you, you're on the podcast, lad. We're recording the podcast now and you've belled me. Yo.
That was anticlimactic.
It was, wasn't it, right there?
But Derren Brown's done a whole big thing.
That was Derren Brown calling you, lad.
It won't connect right there. I'll bell him on my phone.
Maybe.
Derren Brown with Soggy Biscuit, lad.
I'll bell him normally, lad. We literally speaking about it before, saying, has he belled you now?
Is he toch tegen the show, yeah?
Hello. Look, what's happening before you say anything, right? It's mad that you've belled me now because we're recording the podcast, lad. Right now. Lad, it's going well.
Lad, you're on it, lad. Speak up, you can hear you.
How are we, lad? You're in the mic. What's happening?
I'm in the mic. What's happening? I'm not here, like 50% of your podcast done.
What did he say?
Like 50%.
What did he say? What did he say?
Elliot, you can repeat that, lad.
Yeah.
He meant I'm not here like 50% of the podcast stats.
What? I can't hear you.
Say it again, El.
I'm not here, like 50% of the podcast done.
Oh, the podcast dance?
Because yours and Gary's dad is dead, isn't it?
Nice one, lad.
What's like having a male role modelling, you know?
It's your ma, lad. Being going round to yours having a drink with her while you've been in the Navy, keeping her company.
Oh.
She said, a fine stinks for your cum.
Like,
I'll have to pick her out with them blood slugs when I get back.
Blood slugs.
hey, what's it like, lad? Where are you in Scotland?
I'm in Sore Point in Cornwall, HMS Raleigh.
Lad, you on the fish and chips in there?
So that, like, I'm in a room full of Tories now, looking at me.
Looking at them like what?
Yeah. Well, lad.
I'm going to go here, I'm surrounded. Fucking
Lad, last time I was on the phone with him, he was sitting in the room.
Like, being my notice.
Last time he was on the phone with him, he was sitting in the room. He's like, had him in a room with all these toys. He goes, I don't know what that kid there thinks he's looking at. It's just, we were just talking. He went, yeah, and I don't know what that kid there thinks he's looking at though. I was just like, oh my God.
I took to FaceTime, you know, show you this fuck.
Go ahead, that FaceTime you, mate. Show me the fat kid, lad. I don't FaceTime you like that, Anthony. What's happening? Yes, how are we? He's got his uniform on and that. He's video.
I've just LMA'd it.
Lad, I knew you'd like that though, you know, you've got to be a special type of psychopath.
That's what they call me.
A psychopath?
I tried so hard to hide it.
Innit? Do you know he done his psych test?
Yeah.
And he didn't get in because he failed it. Didn't you fail it? Wait, did you?
Yeah.
He failed his psych test.
He's tapped in the head.
He's got something wrong with him.
Ah, he's funny, you know. Who are you looking at?
Lad, sweet. me mate Chris was in the army, right? And he got medically discharged because he was
Still doing it. He's just staring at me on the phone.
My mate Chris got medically discharged from the army because he was just walking onto farms and shooting donkeys in the head and everything, lad. He was gone, lad. He is swear, lad. When he done a tour of Afghan, lad, he was blowing donkeys up and everything.
That'll be Elliot.
Elliot, I'm going to have to love you to leave you.
Go for it, right? I love you.
Love you. Have a lovely evening.
See you in a minute.
Goodbye.
What was he talking about before
I
he
can't
died?
even remember.
Was it fucking...
Love Island, you know?
No, Sally.
So we finished Sally. And you said something else
Oh, yeah.
about you.
Oh, like Derren Brown, he's debunked all that because
That's
he can do cold. He done like a whole like series of, or not a series, like a few episodes of it where like he'd get like, I'm sure one of the fellas was actually from Liverpool, you know. He was from Liverpool and he fucking hates Derren Brown now because he's just fucked his whole business up. He was going to watch him speak to dead people, like, but this fella used to do it one-on-one with people and he debunked the whole thing. He fucking hates him. But there's a proper way of doing it, like debunking him. Are you on to Limmy?
No.
Never heard of Limmy. Scottish comedian, lad. He's hysterical. He does like Little Britain, but like fucking Little Scotland. It's called the Limmy Show. And he does this thing, and it's like that psychic Sally. He does, and he's on stage, and he's going, "I'm getting the name," and then he just starts chatting all madness, and he says like, "Was she the one who was scared of the bugs and things?"
She's
and
covered in them.
And she's then going, "Yeah, that was it. She was beautiful." He goes, "Yeah, they're biting her. She's downstairs." It's sick, lad, you know.
How's she doing? And he's like, it's not good. She's downstairs. It's like, and he's like, I can't think why. Mum was lovely. He's like, she's downstairs. Nah, that's fucking brilliant. You know, I don't want to do yesterday, right, or the other day. That I was getting yesterday. I was getting a weed, and I was watching Love Island, but I wanted to be there and back before the adverts finished. Right, so I had to get in the car. I had to text the kid and go, look, I'll have to just get off stage away, lad. Like, I've got some bird in ours and she wants to watch Love Island, that's how it's on in ours. And I got in the car. He's like, and he goes,
I've only got free view, I can't even pause it, lad.
He goes, go out, go past your bird and watch Love Island. I was like, yeah, let's hear me waiting for
Listen,
it.
lad, do you know what? It's
You just outed yourself on the podcast.
Oh, lad,
No,
I'm
not even asked. Love Island's amazing.
everyone knows how much do I love Love Island. She didn't even watch the last one, and I was
The
like,
thing is, right, like,
Heavy
I
that.
can't remember which bird it was now, right, but when they done the little fucking VTs, you know, they're introducing themselves and all that, and she was like, I love a dad bod, but someone who's got a bit of muscles. Like, you can't have both.
Yeah,
you can't have a fat knobhead like me with chippy tits, or someone like that little fucking Italian stallion, do you know what I mean?
You can't. There's no in
There's
between.
no in between. Selfish little fucking
Do you
slags.
know what though? It's just like, imagine, right? Like I think it was one of the earlier series. There was this bird ended up shagging this fella, and then just got on top of the covers, lad, and just started riding his
that's the one I haven't seen. I watched the one after that.
Is
that the one that always bang on about? Yeah.
It's just mad, lad. Cause imagine going home when you're half fella, seeing you sucking someone's rifle on ITV.
It's madness. It is mad.
Lad, it's
Do you know what was the worst for it? Right, me and watched it from like start to finish, just cause like it is sick. Geordie Shore. Have you ever watched
Oh,
Geordie
yeah.
Shore?
I was
Listen,
speaking about that.
Geordie Shore.
The early day ones, lad, when Holly was a
when
fucking...
Rick and Vicky,
Yeah.
Rick and Vicky was in it. They were getting married and everything, like got fucking split up abroad, lad. I was invested in their life. That was like,
When they went to Cancun and everything, it was fucking heavy, wasn't
like
it?
listen, lads. I don't really watch podcasts or vlogs and anything on YouTube, but like that was my vlog back in the day. Geordie Shore,
Fucking
lad.
made in
Geordie
Chelsea,
Shore
lad.
was sick. Nah, fuck all that made in Chelsea and that. I used to watch Towie for a little bit, but like that was just because I thought Joey Essex was just funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like reality telly, lad, she'll throw something on, I'll go, leg putting that on, are you mad? And I'm mad. It's like I seen the meme about it, and it was like, I'd sit there and she'd watch like half his episode and I'd be on my phone and I'd look up and I'd go, wait, wasn't he with there before? And she'd be like, yeah. And I'd be like,
Exactly.
yeah, I'm mad, that. And then I'd just keep up like that.
That's
And
the
then
power of the show. Like,
it's mad.
Lad, I done it with Gossip Girl when I was with my ex-babe.
Lad, Gossip Girl's fucking sick,
Listen,
though.
lad, listen,
Lad.
right, listen. I remember I was sitting there. Me and my ex-babe was smoking a joint. She's like, oh my God, right, I'm going to put this series on. I used to love it. I used to love it years ago.
you appreciate it more when you're older.
She goes, it's called Gossip Girl. I was like, all right, go ahead. I was like, actually, do you know what? I was like, what's it about? And she told me, and I was like, nah, I'm not watching that. I was like, I'm not watching this. She honestly said, I'll just put a couple of episodes on. If you don't like it, we won't watch it. I was like, all right, go ahead, Sam. So she puts it on. And we got like 3 episodes in. She's like, oh, you don't like it, enjoy it. She's like, I put something else. And I was like, nah, leave it on. Obviously, if you're, if you're enjoying
Obviously,
it, like,
if you're into it, it's sound.
like I'll watch it because you like it. And then like we got like 4 seasons in. And now she was like, oh, I can't be arsed putting Gossip Girl. And I was like, no, put it on now. Get it on the telly now.
I'd happily sit there and watch Gossip Girl. I'm saying this to you, innit?
One of the girls in it, she's the lead singer of the band, the Pretty Reckless, and they're fucking sick as well.
One of them's married to Ryan Reynolds now.
Oh yeah, I know
Yeah,
that. I know,
like,
I know that Penn. Wait, was he in that? Penn Badsley? Or
Yeah,
yeah,
no, he's the kid who's in You as well. No?
yeah.
Well, his sister in it, I think she's the one.
Hey, what are we speaking about here?
Yeah,
lad?
Nah,
We're
but come on,
Gossip
we're
Girl.
on a tangent. But look, listen.
But you know when you
Let's
said
bring
about...
it back to real man shit, like Love Island.
We're talking about real man shit, right? Me son, Archie, he was like, Dad, I really like wrestling. And I was like, lad, wrestling's fucking grim. I said, I used to watch it as a kid. This is the most fakest bullshit thing ever. 3 hours later, I've still got it on the telly. Kids have gone to bed and everything, I'm still watching fucking wrestling. I was like, what am I doing?
But they're like down the couch going, money in the bag.
It's because it's got a proper storyline to it now, hasn't it? Like, it's fucking mad. Like, everyone's fucking, oh, he's fucking shagged this fucking mad. And the Undertaker's like, still dead. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Have you seen, oh my God, have you seen PK, like, you know, the Barcelona defender with Shakira?
Shagging fucking, what's his name's ma?
So PK is with Shakira, isn't he?
Lad.
Gerard Piqué with Shakira.
Yeah.
He's cheated on Shakira
Yeah.
with one of Barcelona's young players. It's either Gavi or Pedri.
Gavi.
Is it Gavi? One of their young players who's like just breaking into the first team. PK's been shagging his man.
When
Yeah.
you look at the two of them next to each other, Shakira and this fucking Gavi's ma, right? Gavi's ma looks like a fucking car crash.
Fuck
right?
off.
She's not fucking horrible, but compared to Shakira, do you know what I mean?
I mean,
was like,
Shakira, yes, Shakira's got something about her, like,
But
but
never
she-
dressed that
being with
small,
Shakira and
but
cheating
you-
on her, some men don't deserve what
This
he's
is-
got.
this
Lad.
is-
That should have
yeah.
been me. That should have
What
been
for
me.
the Maro?
Who
I
wa-
haven't seen the
who
picture.
was
it?
I haven't seen the picture of the Maro.
Who was it?
Could you get a picture up if I googled it now?
Yeah,
Is it Gavi? Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know.
Who was
What
it
are
the
you
other
doing?
day?
I've not seen it.
I think it was.
exactly.
I think you know Anthony Deary. I think it was
Yeah, yeah.
Cooney's mate.
Yeah.
He when it broke that PK had cheated on Shakira, he put a picture up. He slid in Shakira's DMs saying, "What's happening, girl?" or something like that.
How did they find out about it?
I don't know what it was. I don't know
when you're a fucking celebrity, lad, you can't hide anything.
Lad,
Can you?
imagine,
No, you
like,
can't.
imagine being with Shakira, and then like, lad, if I was with Shakira, I wouldn't even leave the house. I'm not putting that at risk, lad. I'm staying in the house. I'm not looking in other women's direction, lad. Would you watch the telly? Just look at a picture of Shakira.
Just look at her
Or her.
singing the
Can't
World Cup
find
song.
Maybe. Sing the World Cup song. She's
I'll
made
have a
some
look in a
heavy
bit.
cheese for them
Hey,
World
just
Cups here, lad.
What's your favourite World Cup song, lad?
Give me freedom, give me fire, take me higher.
Yeah.
I sang that. Come on, lad.
Don't do the
Just
accent.
because it's best in your fucking Norwegian one. That's the best tune.
What was his name?
I can't even think of any other
Wacker
tune.
or something. That was a fucking tune. That
Oh
one.
my God.
You
Do you know what we should
Yeah,
do?
but the other day.
Do you know what we should do?
When I get older.
What we should do? We should prank call a pizza gaff.
Waving Flag. That was it, wasn't it? That was the name of the
Wave
song.
a flag.
Was that the South African World Cup?
You prank call a pizza gaff.
Yeah, but it's got to be the one down the road because she put my name as Poppy.
So we get a little revenge on Domino's.
Yeah.
Just know what was him.
I don't know. Wait, what are we saying?
I'll ring it, lad.
Oh, do you reckon we swerve it?
Let's do it.
You have to put it on the microphone though.
Yeah.
When I don't know if I told you this, you know when I used to do pizza delivery.
180 yards away, that's the one, isn't it?
When I used to do pizza delivery, my mate would sit in the car. I used to get free scram, but my mates weren't allowed any food. So my mates would phone up, order to a blag address, right? I'd have to go and deliver it to this blag address. no one will answer.
Or was this when you said you used to give it to your mates?
And then like the owner would go, just give it to your mates all the time.
Nice
So you just get a free scran all the time.
Nice there. Go ahead, be Frank Coleman. Nah, it's weird.
Do you know what I used to do, right? Pizza, Papa John's. We got away with it 3 times and then we got fucking collared, right? So my flatmate got me onto it. So Papa John's by the Royal Hospital in Liverpool shuts at midnight. And it's fucking nice, but it's expensive. You don't like
Domino's?
Papa John's?
Well, Papa John's is heavy.
I prefer Domino's now, but
I prefer Papa John's over Domino's, me.
Papa John's pizza over Domino's?
All day, lad.
It's gone.
So anyway,
Whatever,
right, so
lads.
it closed at midnight, so my flatmate went, get on this, lad. So at 11:30, we'd phone up and go, make an order for collection, and we'd put a big fucking dirty order in about 60 brick, right? And then we'd stroll in at like 5 to 12, and be like, our order's on top of the oven, keep them warm. We're going, do you fancy, lad? I don't know, lad, I can't make mad up here. You know, the fella's going, I'm shutting in 5 minutes, boys. Like, do you want to make your mind up what you're getting? I'm like, I don't know what we want, you know. And he's looking at our order on top of the oven going, listen, someone's ordered this for collection, but they're not coming. We're shutting in 5 minutes. Do you want their order for half price? And we'd be like, what is it though? And he'd tell us and we go, half bat. Oh, fucking come on, take it. And it's our order. And we done it like 3 times. And he was like, you just keep doing this, you know. Fucking
That's sick. That's proper
That's
thinking
smart,
outside the
that.
box. That's fucking clever.
Clever.
Do you know the Domino's?
I
Have to wait until the shut down.
lad, I used to get fucking settled as well. He was another pizza. I'm fat cunts, kids all the time in pizza gaffs. I used to go in all the time, right? And like they were Kurdish, I think. And I'd walk in and they'd go, Surah. And I was like, yes, I'm one of the boys. Surah and all that. And then about a year later, I went, what does that mean? He was like, ginger bastard. I went, you shit. I used to think I was one of the boys, like getting that off. Shit, horrible, right? I want to ask something money orientated, but it's not everyone has the price.
Okay.
Right? But then there's a fella I want to talk about briefly. Andrew Tate, you're on him?
Yeah, that billionaire fella.
Yeah. So,
Wait there, let's get these first.
this fucking might just fall over here, but scrunch them crisp, lad.
With the
Oh, that's so
Hey,
so nice, that, aren't they?
you just scanning there, right? When, you know, the week before the baby was born, like the Tuesday before he was born, we were in into the hospital.
Yeah.
Getting a scan and all that. Because my baby was gestational diabetic.
Yeah.
We had to get scanned regularly because the baby was growing really quick, and that's
Yeah,
why we
yeah.
got induced early. So we're in this waiting room, right? And like my bed's next to me. There's about 5 or 6 other mums with the fellas and all that in this waiting room, and it's fucking silent. And my bed's like, I'm starving. So my bed's got the cereal bar. So my bed like that, opening it. She goes like that, like fucking dead discreetly. And puts it in her mouth, and as she puts it in her mouth, I just went like that, lad. And everyone just turned. My bed's got the cereal bar on the grid, and they're all snarling my bed. She's like, you fucking dickhead. I just done the big loudest crunch ever, lad. She's like, you're a fucking knobhead.
Funny that. Right, so who's Andrew Tate?
Have you seen this Andrew Tate, right?
Why have I heard this name?
Right,
Is he
you
like
will have seen him on TikTok, that baldy fella who always wears the sunglasses and smokes the cigars,
Yeah.
billionaire.
He used to be a kickboxer, like, so he's a 4 times world champion kickboxer.
So I'm Big Brother
Is he
as
the
well.
one? Is he the one who does the stuff with Joe Rogan?
I think I think he's done stuff.
I need to Google it. Like, keep talking.
Andrew Tate, right? So I don't follow him much, but like I've seen a couple of videos pop up the last few weeks and all that, and he intrigues me because he comes across proper fucking sexist and a pure man. Like he goes on about fucking women all the time. But there was one point the other day, like there's like this podcast he does where it's like 8
There's
girls,
always them and loads of beers.
8 girls versus Tate. So like he'll have a big fucking masturbate, a wank. No, he'll have a big argument with all these birds, right, about fucking his male point of view. But he done one the other day, and I was like, do you know what? He's fucking truthful there, because he was talking about like birds were talking about being like depressed and being sad and all that, and he was going on. He was like, listen, he went, the hardest role in society is to be an average male. He said, because even an average bird, he went, you can still fucking pick if you want to communicate and talk to men. He said, but you'll be fucking ignoring all these average fellas who can't get a bird at all. And no wonder they hit rock bottom. He said, that's why men's suicide rate's the fucking highest. Like, I'll send you the link fucking out of here, because it was an interesting conversation, because I always think he's a dickhead. Yeah. He's just chatting shit. But this time I was like, you know what? He's got a fucking point there. You know, there's more to it, obviously.
I don't think it applies to me, though, because obviously I'm very much above average.
Yeah. I know what, do you know what, though? Because it must be, and I'm grateful enough to have never really experienced it, but I could understand it, how heavy it must feel to feel lonely. Yeah, you know, and always look out for your mates.
That's what he's talking about. He was like, he went girls and never. He said women are never ever lonely.
It's like 2 years ago.
That's the word he says. He goes, women are never lonely. He said you can always have someone. You've always got the power.
Obviously, there must be some women out there that are actually lonely, but I understand what he means.
Ugly fat ones.
Matty McCann.
What did you say then?
Matty McCann.
Speaking of Matty McCann, this is why
Speaking of Matty McCann, Tom Davis is looking awfully suspicious these days, isn't he?
Listen,
You got the same kit on as well.
This is why
On a skateboard.
This is why I thought of it, right? Get on this,
I used to
right?
work with his fella.
Get on this. I was in the Domino's before. This is what's brought that into my head.
Matty McCann was serving you.
I seen it like the little thingy and like in a pupil and everything, lad. That's how it was here, right?
I didn't order olives. It's a fucking eyeball.
Did not. Can I have some olives? And she's like fuming because like there's loads of olives in Portugal. She starts PTSD, fucking throwing stuff at me head now. Right, so no, listen to this. So I was in the Domino's before and the Independent popped up like I was a new news article thing. And it said breaking news, woman who vanished as infant when her parents were murdered in the 1980s is found alive 40 years later. How fucking mad's that? I haven't read into it. I don't know nothing about it. Didn't even know someone went missing 40 years ago. But like, imagine thinking someone was there for 40 years.
Yeah,
like, but do you know what? Do you know, I know people take the piss out of Matty McCann. I know it's fucking our ass, right? But like, seriously, it could happen. I know people go, no, she's dead and this, but you actually don't know. She could rock up anywhere. Like, it's madness.
There's a fucking all kinds of fucking child trafficking fucking firms all over the world and all that.
Exactly.
Oh my God! Right.
All right, lad.
Get on this,
Breath
right?
on you.
Nah.
Smells like pure jizz.
Right, good to you. Now, listen to this though, right? So, a house by man, you can even go on the Echo, you can find this out. It was a few years ago, I only found out the other day, right? Because some lad just told me. House by man, like in Wiston, nice one.
Oh, you give away your biggest secret.
I'm gonna have to live in Wiston.
You're a wool. You're getting shattered,
Bird
lad.
say to him where he
Fucking whittle squirrel over here, lad.
He goes, Birds go to him where he from, he goes, Huyton.
2 dogs, lad. On the John's girl.
Anyway, so this house by man, oddly enough, right next to a school as well, was based by police a couple of years ago because there was loads.
What?
It was like plot based, didn't it? Like the police raided.
Oh, okay.
A few years ago, because there was loads of like foreign kids in there. The house had been boarded up and that. No one had lived there for years. But when the police raided it, they found like loads of kids that had been like trafficked them all over the world and that. And there was major of them.
Fuck off.
Well, not even 2 minutes from my house.
Shut up.
No, actually, it's about 10 minutes away from my house. But
Is that why you kept smoking a joint outside the gaff?
well, lad,
You
I'm
was chilling there, wellying them.
Listen, lad. This theme of you being a nonce keeps cropping up. Lad. You need to quash this, lad. You need to quash this, lad.
So
what happened? So was it like all like Filipinos and that?
I don't know where they were from, because oddly enough, wasn't there.
How would you not research into that? Someone there was a nonce then round the corner from man. I'd know every detail.
If you just said the nonce then. If you just said the nonce then.
Yeah.
Nonce then.
What do you call it then? I'm going to say the house with the boarded up windows. Know what I mean? It's the nonce then, innit?
Lad, you know what? You'll
Sounds like a sick booze of that, you know.
Lad, there'll be fucking shed loads everywhere, though. Like,
that you'd never even think of. Like, you know, like Nugent Park and that, where they got some of them are like the old houses are all boarded up and you'd never go down that certain street.
Yeah.
Could be full of them, you'd never know.
Have you ever been to the cream event in that mental hospital?
Yeah. I've been to a few there.
Which?
Do you know Asylum in Nugent Park where they have the gaff sometimes, the camel fat was on?
Yeah.
That's an orphanage and a mental hospital, lad. It's
And the actual gaff in there.
Yeah, in the courtyard.
Yeah.
Scatty, that.
They only do it like Halloween's though, like they make a thing out of it. It's like,
Still
lad, it
scary,
looks
though.
haunted.
I've lived there. I've lived in that area for the past like fucking 7 years, and I used to live literally 2 streets away, and it'd be fucking booming, like trying to sleep, and you're like, you fucking little rats.
Have you ever been in there like on a normal day and like tried to sneak in?
Yeah, because I used to fish in Nugent Park growing up. We used to always fucking sneak in, all that scatty, like there's still beds and all that in the walls. And all that. Yeah.
Listen, I've never really looked at somewhere.
Get Derren Brown there, lad.
Get Psychic Sally there. It's one of them places though, like you look at places and you go, wow, your defo haunted you.
Yeah.
But listen, you look at that Nugent Park, like the mental hospital, and you like it does something to you, like when you look at it, because you just think, I bet some horrible shit's going on in there.
Yeah, but do you know what, lad? Fucking the amount of times I've done nights in Nugent Park, and like I think, like I wouldn't go and sleep in the park by me Mars just because there's a pond there. I think it's sound. Do you know what I mean? It's mad, innit? It's fucking scatty the amount of nights. Do you know what does me head in, right? Because I go fishing all the time, and I go to a lot of fisheries now with like private fisheries, but I grew up just doing the local parks and all that, and I do nights, I stay overnight on my own and all that. and like Prinny
Sleeping on your own in parks.
I know, but like Prinny Park, lad. That's one that fucking gets to me because I don't know if you've ever been to Prinny Park, right?
Yeah, up by Tochieways.
Yes, by Sefton Park.
Yeah. Oh, lad, that
So,
Prinny Park is horrible.
It separates like so. If you're coming down Prinny Ave from like town, and then you want to go towards like fucking Egbert Road or whatever, Prinny Park's around the middle, so you've got to go round it, right? So the amount of people, like young girls who like being to town drinking, cutting through the park for a shortcut, and the amount of times like birds are being attacked there and all that.
Fuck off, really?
So I'm sitting there fishing like 2 a.m, and there's just like a young girl walking past. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, because there's fucking knobheads who go to that park, even the knobheads who go fishing there.
I know.
And I think, what are you doing, girl? Like,
there's knobheads in any park.
I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't walk through
like
the park.
that time at night. Do you know what I mean?
Lad, it's
Why was you there?
Scatty. Nonsense. I got shot with an air rifle in Prinny Park.
Why? Chasing a bird down the road. He's going, no, I'm trying to keep you safe. And she's like, fuck off.
No, lad, right, so I went to go fishing in the winter, and I went down to check if it was frozen over. And so he goes down, left all the gear in the car. That's
what he calls it.
Me
just checking if the lake's frozen over.
me 2 mates, right, so he goes in, and fucking the lake is frozen over, and there's this group of lads, like young lads, fucking with an air rifle, shooting the ducks and all that. And yeah, I know they're all ass, right? And I can be a knobhead, but why does this duck sound like a fucking cow or a sheep? But I was like, this is me fucking hobby, me sport. And I was like, proper Tory, and me went, hey, leave the fucking ducks alone, lad, like that. And as soon as I said that, I went, you're shouting at 16-year-old fucking kids in Prinny Park with an air rifle, what are you doing? So they just turned the air rifle and went, you talking to, lad? And I was like, sorry, lad. And then my mate just went, lad, go. So my mate just legged like fucking straight like away from the lads. Whereas I was in my car, they didn't drive. So my head just went, get to your car. So I had to kind of run past the lads because I was heading towards my car. But I just fucking ran as like the crow flies in a straight line. I didn't go to the gate or anything. I just ran to where my car was geographically, right? I was skinny back then. And like I just ran like geographically to a straight line to where my car was, and I just hit this like fucking 6-foot fucking fence or something. And I just felt a presence behind me, and it turned around. This kid just like pointing this fucking thing at me. I didn't know what it was. It's an air rifle, but at the time I was like, shit, what's he got here? And he's like fucking pointing at me, and I'm like, that, lad, don't, lad. And then he just like went down towards my legs and shot, and I just jumped. And I felt it hit me. And then like he ran, and I was like, adrenaline. I was like, ran to my car, got in my car, and I was like, what just happened? Pulled my kecks up, and I just had this little tiny black hole in my leg. And I was like,
did it go in?
Yeah, I've got a scar. And I was like, that's mad, that. And I just poked it, and then I just started pissing with blood, and I was like that. So lad, I got it, fucking flew straight to the Royal, right? Walked into the Royal, went to the reception, and went, I'm being shot! Like that, right? She was like, with a little yeah. She was like, what? I'm being shot, I'm gonna collapse, I'm being shot. And she was like, go through that door there, turn right, and there's a door, just go in. So I just like went through these 2 doors, found this like little storeroom, and just like hid in the storeroom and just collapsed on the floor. About 20 minutes later, woke up, just like stumbled out, and he was like, there he is. Got me into this room. It was only a fucking air rifle, like.
Still
it was him. So it was a round head, it was a flat head, right? It went in, and the doctor said because I kind of jumped, it went through the top of my muscle and travelled like 2.5 inches through my leg, and then they had to just like fucking operate on it to cut it out. But I got fucking $2,500 criminal injuries off the council, lad, and I was like, I'd get shot again for $2,500
all day.
Yeah, boss. I've had 2 claims off the council as well. I got fucking shivved in Sefton Park. Yeah, me and my ex-bird fucking broke up, and I was all like heartbroken and all that. And it was around Christmas, and like all the family were in ours, and I just couldn't be arsed dealing with family and all that. So I went to Sefton Park just to fucking cry and all that. And like the little like waterfall bit in Sefton Park by the Palm House. I was just sat on a rock there, fucking heading my phone, looking at photos and all that. And like it was getting dark, and I just there gives your phone, you dickhead, and I just looked up, and some kid just started to grab my phone. So I was like, you're not fucking having it, dickhead. We had a little scuffle and all that. And like, I got away, and I got to my car, and then I just felt wet on my leg, and I looked down, lad, and my fucking kecks were just bright red. Just shivved me in the leg, lad.
Heavy that?
Yeah, got a fucking 1,600 quid for that. Stab me up again.
Stab me in the leg.
Kids are horrible, aren't they?
Mad, aren't they? It was a shit phone as well, lad.
Was it?
Yeah, probably little like Sony Ericsson Walkman.
He's getting stabbed over a Motorola.
Razor, lad.
Imagine wanting to fucking shift someone up over a Motorola. The only song that I had on it was fucking Guru Josh and project.
lad, and you used to like...
IA's replay lad back in the day. I used to
tune though, and you like, remember like the polyphonic ringtones? You'd have to text the number on the back of the fucking newspaper to get a ringtone and all that.
I remember I had a Sony Ericsson, and I remember I was going on a fucking school trip, lad, and the kids who I went to school with, it was like year 7, year 8, and he had Guru Josh Infinity on it. Remember, take your time.
Yeah, what a tune.
It was the only tune I had on my phone. Guarantee, lads, every minute of every day. I was like, damn, you can't take it. It was fucking kid, lad. Used to walk. I remember, lad, listen to this. I used to walk home from school, listen to the tune. Like, that was the only tune I had on.
Moonwalking.
Nah, listen, I don't remember walking past this kid who went to fucking West Derby by ours, and I walked past him, and as he cut down by like the little close bit, I was walking home from school, it was only like fucking 3:30, and he was walking past the other way, but I had the other uniform on, and he's just saying, and I went, you fucking changed shit. And then like that, I was proper disarmed, never listened to it again, and that was heavy, you know.
You changed shit.
Anyone has the price you've been going for it,
right,
you know.
Before we jump on that then,
go on.
Right.
Scenario
right there, quick,
okay.
right.
Remember that?
You win the lottery.
Okay, how much?
Like Euro Millions lottery.
So we're talking like 100 mil?
100 mil.
Okay, yeah, done.
What's your first purchase, lad?
Okay.
While you're thinking, right, I asked the lad in work, I was like, what's your first purchase? He went, I've planned this. He went, I'm going to get a wet team. I went, what? He went, a wet team. I went, what's that? He was like, 19th century Russia. They used to call these teams wet teams. And it was like a fucking gang of fellas who just go and like assassinate people for you. He went, I've got a list of people I fucking hate. He went, and I want her on speed dial. He went, even if I'm just driving down the road and someone cuts me up, I'll just fucking dial this wet team, 2 big black Rangers, pull up, bang, just shoot them. He said, I'll just kill everyone.
That's my first purchase. If I win,
I went, that's insane, innit? Just like a wet team on call, just to start flipping people everywhere.
That's a great idea.
I wouldn't have a wet team, but I'd have like a firm with people like that, like, you know, like if anyone ever fucked you over and that, it's like you bell them and just get them down to bang the like.
Little John Heads on Lecky scooters.
I don't know, that's a good
wet team.
Do you know what the first thing I'd do? I'd try. No, the first thing I'd do, I'd get an American citizenship. Because you need to have, to get in order, there's certain ways of doing it, like you have to take testing shit, but like I think for like people in England, because like we're allies and that, like it's a lot easier for us to get in. Well, I say easier, but I think they can give you a citizenship. I don't know if it's America or Australia, I'll have to look it up, but it's one of them where you only need £1 million in the bank, and they'll have a citizenship.
That's what I mean?
Not
citizenship, gaff, LA Hills, lad, Beverly Hills.
Are you sharing your dough with family and that?
Yeah.
Because my bird's very family orientated, and she says this all the time.
I probably would, you know.
She's like, I saw my ma, saw my sister.
I'd sort the boys out as well.
Thing is though, because one of the lads in work was telling me about this, is like, his uncle won the lottery on a syndicate and only won like fucking 1.2 mil. He said, and he was getting letters off the neighbours asking for some dough. And I was like, I wouldn't even give my whole family dough, never mind the fucking neighbours, you know what I mean? Like, I'd like to sort my ma out, but at the same time, she's on Lazzie's, so I'd be like, listen, whatever money I give to you, fucking write me back in the will, because you're not going to last long, do you know what I mean?
That's fair enough.
Talking about that, like, my boss in work, like, he's fucking really good with money. Like, he'll say, like, I'm skint, I can't come out this month, but like, he'll put like 70% of his salary in a savings account, and he won't touch that, because he'll be saving for something, and split up with his bird and all that, sold the house. He's been with his bird 8 years and all that, sold the house, and he was like, right, fucking, he got about 80 grand cash back from the house, and he was like, right, I'm going to put that into another property. He went, but I want a new car. And he had money to buy a car, but he went, but I've asked my ma to take a loan out so I can buy a car, cash. He went, because the interest rate's fucking much lower on the bank loan rather than finance. He went, to my ma's like 85, she'll be dead soon, so she'll die with that debt.
I mean, it's not a fucking bad idea, is it?
That's a very good idea.
Does the debt die with her though?
Yeah. You can't inherit debts because it's in her name. No. She's dead.
That's quality.
But the car, but the fucking V05 form or whatever's in his name, the car's his. But the
sick there.
Because she got a bank loan, gave him the cash as a present, and he bought the car cash.
Oh my
God,
that's sick.
But him and his bird split up, right? Because he wouldn't commit, like he wouldn't marry her and all that lad. He's tapped in the head, right? They play softball together, like he plays baseball and all that.
That's gay, that.
Yeah. He plays baseball and then...
It's gay, but if I seen someone playing in the street and I was out, lad, I'd probably play with them.
So they could spend more time together and that. They joined the softball team, right? And he went, she was shit. His bird was terrible, right? And he made a deal with her because she was like, when are you ever going to marry me? And he went, listen, if you hit a home run, I'll propose to you, like we'll get married. And he said we were playing, and she hit the sweetest shot she's ever hit in her life. He went, and I could see it going for the home run, and she went to fucking base 1, base 2, and he went, I just started panicking. He said that's why he jumped off the bench and ran and rugby tackled his own bird, lad. So she got made out, lad, in the pitch. Because he didn't want to propose to her.
He's got some sick ideas.
Lad, he's tapped in the head. He's so autistic. It's unreal, lad. Lad, he is tapped in the head.
What was we talking about then?
What would your first page be if you won the Euro Millions?
What would you do?
What would it do? Do you know what I...
Don't hit me up with wet team.
No, right, so...
Not wet team.
I'd buy myself a fucking nice car, but I wouldn't go and get like a fucking Lambo or nothing, because it just doesn't do anything for me.
No.
I'd get like a fucking G-Wagon or something, and just like bonnet smack heads everywhere and that.
A G-Wagon,
but like, I wouldn't...
the heaviest G-Wagon
because everyone
before.
goes, oh, like, I'd leave me job tomorrow. Lad, in work, right, in the big office where we sit, there's a big telly like that behind me, like just displays like stats for the shop floor. I'd still go to work, I'd turn up with a PS5 and just plug it in the telly in the office and just start playing like FIFA and everything. And I'd be like, what, lad, what are you going to do? And I'd just be a dickhead in work and try and get sacked, lad. And I might just even buy the place and just sack everyone. Like, what? What?
Becomes Darth Vader of his own half, lad.
Spend 50 mil on a business.
Just buy a business for 50 mil, just walk in and just shit on every car seat on the assembly line.
Oh, this is all mine.
Yeah.
I own all it.
What,
Piss all over the work.
What are you going to do? Yeah.
What's yours, good?
I don't know, lad. I'd probably buy a job. Wouldn't need one.
So he'd never get sacked again.
Yeah.
I'd buy an island, you know, and just fuck off, lad.
How much is an island, though?
Lad, if you've got 100 mil, you can easily buy islands for like 15, 20 mil, lad. Easy.
Have you seen that thing you can do? You can buy a small piece of land in Scotland and you'll become a lord.
Nah, fuck all that. I'm
How
buying
much
an
is it,
island.
though? How
I'm
much is it,
legging
Buy
it.
for about a fiver. Like literally a little fucking square foot of grass up in Scotland and you can become a
Got a
lord.
hole in the wall, eh?
I know, yeah.
Elbow, that.
You has to be a lord.
People's elbow.
Nah, lads, I'm
Lord
legging
top
it
tip.
to an
Yeah,
island,
like
mate.
that. That's a like that.
Chill that though.
I'd live on my own.
You'd be dead.
Island
You'd be dead. 100 mil in the bank. You'd
I'd
be
buy
fucking
Epstein's
brown
Island.
bread. You little fucking...
Like, I'm not...
And I'm the best nonsense ever.
Nah, like, listen, in terms of nonsense, dens, lad, that's the best nonsense in the world, lad, if you think about it.
As far as they go.
As far as they go, Whiston, shit. Up Epstein's Island. Like, have you seen the documentary? Like, I know what he's done was bad, obviously, but like, the island was sick. The island was sick, lad.
Like objectively speaking, I like what he's done with the place, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like that episode of Changing Rooms was sick, like. But no, but like fucking Michael Jackson's Neverland was a fucking belter ranch, man.
That's
Do you know what I mean?
That's a nonsense.
Another nonsense.
Yeah, probably is. Nah, I don't reckon he's a pedo.
No, I don't.
But have you seen though fucking on I'm saying an episode fucking SpongeBob SquarePants, right? His driver's license address is Epstein Island. Like, lad, apparently I seen a meme about it.
What?
That's the truth, innit? Memes are truthful. But the address on SpongeBob's driving license is fucking Epstein Island or something.
Fuck off.
Oh, yeah.
On all of them.
I fucking don't know. It's just on SpongeBob's driving
I
license.
love SpongeBob as well.
SpongeBob's heavy, lads.
Proper made me
Yeah,
into
well,
it.
have you got any more scenarios before you go into anyone else's place?
No.
Nah, just that one.
Everyone has the price.
Boom!
Boom.
It's time for everyone has their price. Find out if you're nasty or nice.
Read. I wrote a few today. Should we go?
Everyone has their price.
Wait, we've got Matty back.
Oh yeah, Matty.
Yeah, hi guys.
Oh, how are we, Matt?
He's sucking zat off on his ears fell down. That's how long his fringe is. As if fucking wrap round his head loads. Oh.
First question.
Right. You go to your favourite restaurant.
Okay.
Right. 150 grand.
Moolah.
Okay, that's a reasonable price.
Decent amount of till. Right. But you're with your partner.
Okay.
You've got to eat a tapeworm. Like the scene in Lady in the Tramp.
Like a bum worm.
With the pure suck like that. And fucking
Ooh,
neck in the middle.
that.
Tapeworm though.
I need
Heart of your
alright,
intestines.
I know what a tapeworm is, but I need to see one.
Google a tapeworm.
Okay.
A tapeworm. Because you've got to shit it out, lad. So someone's got to shit it out onto your plate.
Will it be clean beforehand?
No.
Don't
So
they
there's
make
poo
you
on it?
sick? Don't they make you sick, them tapeworms?
Well, you'll definitely get
I
worms.
watched a documentary about tapeworm, right? And this kid who had one, it was like 26 foot. It was like fucking 3 double-decker buses or something on his back garden.
In his back garden?
He unravelled it on his back garden. Show how big it is.
Out of his ass?
He'd already shit it out, like, and then
Scatty him,
He
man.
shit out a 26-foot snake?
I think it was surgically removed.
A worm.
Well, alright,
A
yeah,
worm.
I know you're laughing, but like, that's not a worm, like, that's a python.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
That's Danny's pipe.
Eat that!
Yeah.
Eh?
One of them.
Is it like that size? Or bigger?
26 foot.
No.
Got a lady in the top of 26 foot from like different
Lads,
buildings.
imagine your jaw,
Take
lad.
3 days.
Imagine your jaw, though. You're like that. It's like when you try and blow loads of birthday balloons up and just goes dead numb,
You'd have
doesn't
to
it?
pretend it didn't taste boss though, wouldn't you?
I don't know. Look at that.
Nasty, that lad.
Look at that.
Zoom in, lads.
Yeah, no.
150 bag, though.
150 grand, like,
Like, what's the consistency of it, though? Do you know what I mean? It looks like an empty sausage, doesn't it?
Nah, look, there's the Dolmio sauce, lad. That's pasta. I'm not having that.
Tagliatelle everywhere. Why is he holding above the bog? Like, what are you doing?
You just shit that out.
I don't know whether I could, you know.
I couldn't. No,
Nah.
I couldn't do it. Could
Right.
you?
It's not me, that.
It's horrible, innit? Take
Nah,
one.
definitely not. I can just about eat like veg and never mind the taste.
Give me a carrot and I thought, can't even eat the carrot, lad. Alright. Horrible. That is horrible, like this one. It's a listener of the pod who messaged me, right? But he wanted to ask it last week, and I was like, listen, I'm not going to the last episode, sorry, and I was like, I'm not going to be there, and I don't want to give it to the lads without me being there.
Okay.
Okay.
What's his name? Just give it a little shout out.
So his name's Kieran Byrne.
Hello, Kieran Byrne.
Hello, Kieran. He loves the podcast, right?
Thanks, Kieran.
Thank you.
He wants a bidding war between yous, right?
Oh.
Okay.
So one of yous have to name your price, and he wants to see how low people will go.
How low
Right.
will you go?
How low will you go?
You go down low.
To take a shot of Stephen Hawkins slobber.
Oh, lads, I know, you know. Because lads, there's slobber, but then there's that though, you know what I mean? That's a different thing altogether, but that's a different ball game of slobber.
Lad.
I'm not a fan of what you've just said there.
That's hard, you know.
Lad.
No.
Like, it's like...
Because lads,
it's like
no offence to him, man, but imagine how much that'd stink.
Listen, have you
Pure
seen?
oysters.
Have you seen? I think is it Jackass 2 or Jackass 3, and they do an obstacle course, and at the end it's just these dirty hillbillies from Alabama spitting in a shot cup, and at the end of it they all shot it. Listen. Nothing makes me balk. I've seen fellas getting their head cut off and everything. I'm like, oh, fucking hell's that here? No, fucking seedy WhatsApp groups. But they downed it. And I was like, for a solid half an hour, I was going, I don't know if I've got a price, you know. It's like,
give me 300 grand, lad, and I'll have to do it.
I remember like when we were kids by ours, right? These two kids were arguing, and this lad just went, and golly, that's his kid, and it went right in his mouth. Like.
Do you know what's so mad though by ours when we were kids, right? There was this field where we used to go playing footy when we were kids. Like one of the lads who lived by the field, his dad had built a goal and put it on the field. It was sick. We used to go there when we were kids. And there was this lad who none of us really liked. He was a bit of a knobhead, and then he went to shop. And then while he was in the shop, he already had a drink with him and he left it on the field, and one of the other lads pissed in his drink.
Yeah, that's standard.
Put the lid back on and threw it on the field, and the kids come back, and we've been playing footy for a bit, and he says, I need a drink, mate. Opened it, starts swigging this Luco, and just went, had about 3 big swigs with him, and oh lad, that tastes weird, that. He's like, it's half warm and that. And the lad just went, and then we were all there going, like proper nearly spewing it. He went, what do you mean, mate? I'd have pissed in your drink, and he was spewing, he started crying. We were only like 10. He started crying, spewing it in there.
That's torture shit, that.
He was a kid in our school, right? He used to fucking chew his pens and pencils religiously, right? And every time we go to the toilet, we'd open his pencil case and like jab his pencils up our arseholes, like, wipe it on our bell ends and all that. And then he'd come back and just chew them. He'd be like that on the end of his pencil, lad, and he'd be like, that's been up my fucking my jacksy, lad.
Tastes like beef hula hoops.
In all seriousness,
a shot glass, right? I imagine it's gonna have like a skin on the top and everything.
Oh lad, why would you say that? What's the bloody give me?
All right. I mean, if we're chatting low, like the lowest,
but to be fair,
50 grand.
Yeah, lads.
Because I know it's disgusting, but like that's just one. I'm all right at down and things, aren't I?
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
Swallows come.
Yeah. No, guzzler. Yeah,
guzzler.
Right, 50 grand. I think that's my lowest.
50
you chat 300.
Nah, if I'm being realistic, lad, I'm not going lower than 80 though.
That's a big jump from 50. That's a big jump from.
No, because obviously, if I'm thinking realistically, I'm looking at 80 grand.
Do you reckon
80 grand there.
Do you reckon there's a big difference between like a shot of fucking slobber and a shot of jizz?
I would imagine there's quite some difference.
There's people out there.
One contains millions of
Can I
potential
say
people.
something to you though? I think I'd feel more comfortable with the other.
With the jizz, I'm saying, like
as hot as the like.
Drinking jizz is normalised in relationships. Of fucking either females swigging fucking fellas jizz or gay fellas swigging other fellas jizz. Saying swigging as if it's a fucking normal.
Yeah, but then at the same time,
lads,
lads, you must greeny in each other's palms, isn't there?
That's true.
Yeah,
actually.
when you're necking someone, you're pure fucking slapping them all over each other, aren't you?
Lad, that's not about when you put it like that, lad. No, but then when you put
Especially
it...
when you're watching Love Island, lad, some of them necking on there, like that Irish kid who necked that bird last night. I was just watching them going, what are you doing?
Hey,
They were like that going.
It's 10 past 9. I wonder what's happened. Oh. Can't wait to go in and watch it. You know, lad, I fucking love it. But anyway, 50 grand. That'd be 50. How much would you go for?
Slobber.
Stephen Hawkins is slobber, that is a different thing altogether. That's a different game, that.
I'm skint though. Like
if it's there
15 grand.
Really?
15 grand.
What would you?
Yeah.
Would you?
No, I'd need a lot, me. Like $500,000, me.
$500,000?
Yeah.
$500,000?
So you're telling
But
me...
I'm not good at like doing shots on.
No, but yeah,
it'd
like,
take me a
so
while
but
to
imagine,
drink that.
that's it.
I've just imagine you. Listen, she can't down nothing. She takes little sips of shit and like little spoonfuls of stuff. And I've just no, because she wouldn't down it. She'd
saying that though, right?
No, that's not me sick.
Saying that though, like I've had a couple of bad experiences with like fucking spirits and shots in town.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say ghosts.
Yeah. Stephen Hawkins.
Derek Corner over there.
Chase me in his fucking wheelchair, lad. And
right there.
This, like, I'm not even messing.
chasing
No, like this
you.
is fucking stupid as fuck, right? But have you ever had like an occurring dream? Like where you'd have the same dream over. I used to have this nightmare when I was a kid, right, all the time, of this fox that used to chase me on a Hoover. Lad, this fox would sit on a Hoover and chase me. Don't know why, lad. Don't know why.
Henry, no!
Oh shit.
Shit, sorry, it's my bad. I'm all tangled. But lad, yeah, like if someone gets me a sambuca now, if I put it near me, I'm like that.
I'm
Can't. So
the same.
slobber. Oh, it's too thick.
But you're shouting
But
15
if someone turned up with fucking 15 notes in front of me, I'd be like, yeah.
I think if someone come over to me with like 50 quid for a sambuca shot, I'd do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But last hour.
Money talks, lad.
I don't know what
Isn't it?
I'm chatting 80 grand in 50s on that table there.
Yeah.
And a shot of Stephen Hawkins slobber next to
In
it. lad.
£2 coins.
I'm shotting it and then licking the glass clean for 80 grand, lad. All day.
Go on, it's us with another one.
All right, this one. Bit of a long-winded one. Like, want to paint a picture?
Okay, I like
Okay.
this.
All right.
I'm a fan of art.
You're on holiday, right? You and your mates. You're on holiday, right?
Okay.
A bit of a mad destination, but you've decided to go to Mumbai.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Bit cultural.
Being out
But you
there.
know what? We'll do something different,
Yeah.
right?
Venturing out.
You fucking off your barney, back to the hotel, crash, wake up, right? Someone's broken into your room. Lifted everything, right?
Like robbed it all.
Everything's gone. Yeah,
Yeah.
your money, phone, everything's gone. So you're panicking. So you jump out, look out the window to see if you can see anyone running. And you see all these people like squatting on the street, look like they're praying. So when you go down to the reception to report the fucking crime, you go to the receptionist, hey, why are all them people like praying outside? Because it's a religious country, you think they're praying. And the receptionist goes, oh, they're not praying. They go in the toilet on the street. It's quite common in India. People have a piss and a shit on the street. And there's this fucking rich fella in the reception, and he goes, gets wind that you've been lifted, and he goes, yeah, I'll give you 20 grand right now if you just go and belly slide right through all that shit with your mouth wide open.
Like a slip and slide.
Yeah, like a slip and slide, lad. Like a slip and slide, lad.
20 grand?
With your mouth wide open like a basking shark, like that.
20 grand, no.
20 bucks.
20 grand, yeah.
Nah,
Because, lad, as long as they
with your mouth open.
But listen,
lads.
no,
Mumbai, they eat some spicy
Lad,
scans,
everyone's
you know.
got deli belly, lad. It's everywhere, lad.
Imagine, have you ever had a curry that you've just been squirting water?
Lad, right, them curries just cut out the middle, man. Just rub chilies on your lips and your bumhole. You don't need it in between.
Listen.
Because that's all it does.
Listen, when
Listen.
you eat that, there is no in between. It goes through you that fucking quick.
listen to what I'm saying. Let's say your belly side through with your mouth open. I don't know, the chances are it'll happen. But there might be a little chance. You know, you get the angle of your head, right? Not much gets in your mouth. So you take away the fact that it's piss and shit, you're just sliding through it. That could be quite fun, depending on how long the street is. And then you get 20 grand after it. Like all day.
Friction burns on your nipples and everything.
For the understanding of the question, you're obviously going to get shit in your mouth, aren't you?
Yeah.
Lads, so you're chatting 80 grand to swallow his spit, but fucking 20 grand to belly slide with your mouth on.
Lads, I'm thinking of the fun element that could be involved in that.
Yeah.
That could be quite a fun
Like,
time.
if I had my mouth shut, I'd probably do it. Go, you know what I mean? Like down the street.
It'd be a laugh.
Nah, I'm
It'd
having
be
a go with me, lad.
Would you do it?
With me mouth shut for 20 grand.
But you can't. It's got to have
Exactly, so no.
I'm still doing it.
No. I'd rather be homeless in Mumbai.
I'd have a go with me, lad.
You know what I mean?
Fucking, listen, as you said, lad, if someone turned up with 20 grand in a fucking suitcase, lad, Money talks, lad.
Do you know what? I always think that would it be a different situation if someone actually come over to me with 20 bag and went, yeah. I'd probably go with it.
I'm having a go with the shit and slide me, lad.
I'll probably do it for £1,000.
Cash in hand, no tax, all day.
Tax-free money in it. Fucking sound. Right. Big money. 350 grand.
I'm a fan of what you've just said.
350 bags of sand. Right. You're working in your local chiropodist, right? You know, the place where they do your fucking feet and all that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, where you go in with like fungal infections and all that, they sort you out, right? You're working in the local one of them. Every time someone comes in with a fungal infection, when they get the toenail removed, like when the doctor or the chiropodist or whatever fucking peels the toenail off.
Where the nail goes like a tree trunk and that.
Yeah, where it's scatty, right? You've got to throw it in your mouth for 5 minutes like an Everton mint, and you've got to do it for the full hour, 9-hour shift. So every time someone comes in, so say in a 9-hour shift, you've got, say, fucking 11 clients come in, 11 times you've got to throw this fungal infection toenail
until
in your
you
mouth.
finish the day.
Like an Everton mint like that. 5
Can
minutes
you wash
each
your
toenail.
first?
No, just got to throw that in. Soon as it's
How much?
What did I say?
350 grand.
350 grand.
How long have I got to work there for?
A full 9-hour day.
Just a 9-hour day.
Oh, just the one
One day, 9-hour shift.
11
right.
different people.
Say there's 11 different clients come in, 11 different
One day,
toenails.
So when you get in at 9 o'clock, you do your first client.
It's 55 minutes worth of a fucking fungal toenail in your mouth. That's all it is. 55 minutes.
Oh, is that 55 minutes?
Because it's you suck it for 5 minutes off each client.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I said the 9-hour shift because say a client's in there for 40 minutes, 5 of them 40 minutes you're fucking sucking this toenail. You're like, oh, this is horrible. And then you settle yourself down, and then the next client walks in and you
all
go,
day, 350
got it
grand.
again.
I'd probably get used to it, but I'd probably do it anyway after it because I liked it that much.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
We'll
I've
probably
had some
have it.
fucking
It will
dodgy
become a
pork
hobby.
scratchings last time.
Yeah, in it.
Scratchings.
Did you do it?
Yeah, for that amount.
A lot of money in it.
You'd
We're
have to.
minted. Come
Oh,
on,
okay.
get your fungal infection out.
Yeah,
Right.
all day, that goes that.
It fucking tastes nice as well, wouldn't
Yeah.
it? Very flavoursome.
They're one of them marshmallow squares bars. But it's crunchy, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
didn't paint a nice picture there, did
I
he?
know. I'm doing it though, gives that money.
Dipping it in fucking hoog slabber.
Garlic and herb dip from down there.
I'd have them little Doritos fucking things, I'd be all over it.
Sound, right, you're out in town, right? In other way, these fucking moody nightclubs have like a VIP fucking guest turn up and all that.
Ah, glad I'm always in them.
yeah.
It's a nightmare.
What, like Tommy June?
Yeah, all these knobheads and all that.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, the porn star on Jeremy turns up, right?
Remember him?
Remember him with his big muzzy and his
Yeah,
big pipe?
yeah,
Didn't he get done for like loads of sexual
Yeah,
stuff?
he got done for like fucking
What
raping
a
birds.
shock.
You're a porn star,
No.
no. You're a porn star, but he was like forced himself on birds, like. But he turns up, right?
Okay, he's just there.
He's there, and he goes, "Yeah, lad, 100 grand right now. Snort a line off me pipe."
For £100,000.
Just in front of everyone, you've got to snort a line.
Lad, I've just had a stripe and I'm at 100 grand rich, yeah.
Innit?
What
Not
is
ask-
that?
not
Lad?
ask-
It's off as big fucking 11.
People have probably done it off worse, lad, than a fucking big schlong. You know what I
I've probably
mean?
done it. I've probably done it off tables that were less hygienic. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
All day,
All
lad.
day.
All
You
day.
think about it, just before he come out, he scrubbed that fella in the shower.
Just in case he ends up pulling a beard.
He has
or-
to use a full bottle of Lynx though on that. When he's in the shower, he's got tubs and tubs of it. He's like that. Woohoo!
Lad, yeah,
Yeah, all
gives
day.
that.
All day.
All day. Sound right. We'll go one more then.
Just Gran Gary's off it and everything.
Let him flick them in your
Loads of Garys in his foreskin, like a little Pez sweet machine, flicking them out.
Like Smith.
What do you call it? Was it Pip or fucking Pimp or something?
Pez.
Pez.
A little
Pimp.
Pez pimp. Look at him.
Oh, nonsense.
What you say? A TikTok or something?
Not like them Schmints.
Oh, the little Schmints.
Totally.
Little Schmints.
Yeah, Mother, have you got a smint?
You definitely grew up on Fisherman's Friends, you lads, you little rat.
Listen, Fisherman's Friends are done. Do you
David-
know I
David
love them.
Painter's
Lad,
them,
they're
lad.
sick, lad. Have you seen how hot they make you
Yeah,
feel?
just to warm your coals up them, lads.
Lad, honest to God, cold day, whack one or two of them in.
Of your ass?
Fucking hell,
Yeah, you alright, yeah?
One in there,
Yeah.
lad, and you fucking roast
And
it,
then
you know.
use fucking mint shower gel on your pipe, lad.
Listen, that mint,
Oh,
is it,
it's
what's
horrible,
it,
lad.
mint
Tea-
something,
yeah,
something,
it's
lad.
Disgusting, lad.
Flowing that on your jap side, lad, wow.
It's horrible.
Just feels like someone like that. Constantly. It does. The ghosts are blowing on your sword.
That's exactly it, right on your jap side, it's great.
The ghost in the house is just blowing on your fucking jab
It's
side.
the only time it's allowed to do it.
That's wonderful, lad.
That's that.
Alright, last one then. $250,000, 250 grand.
Okay,
Right, you're in London, right, on a little fucking day trip.
yeah.
It's Trafalgar Square,
Okay.
right? To drop your kecks in front of everyone.
What's it saying?
Throw a
I'm a fan of
full,
what you said.
throw a full
Yes.
box of birds up your bumhole and let all the pigeons scran it.
How much?
You didn't show you that.
250 grand.
Lad, 250 grand.
A full, a full box of trill up your ass.
I'd let squirrels do it, me.
Squirrels, loads of little peanuts up your hoop, lad.
Get it, lad.
Lad, swear down like there's a squirrel by ours who's trying to kill me bird. I'm not even messing. Lad, I'm not even messing. Lad, I'm not. They're gone. Lad.
Where did that come from?
Lad.
How aren't you opening with that? That's amazing. Tell me this immediately.
Lad, my bird's anaphylactic to nuts, right? My bird's got 3 EpiPens, right? I swear.
She's got 3 EpiPens.
Oh, where it's going. She's legging at it with nuts.
Lad, every day we open our front door, lad, and there's little fucking monkey nut shells on the floor.
Oh my
and one's
God.
in the garden, the squirrels are just fucking dropping.
It's what mine for you.
Listen, have I got a fucking...
IEDs in our garden, lad.
Listen, she stands on it, she's gone, lad. She's gone. Hey, listen to this. Listen to this for a fucking
I've just
story.
pissed myself. I think I've genuinely just pissed a little bit.
That way the pillow's there, you my cunt.
It's because I've got the fucking smallest shit that's on ever.
Hey,
Me onion bag's hanging out.
Listen to this for the story, because you just reminded me, right? And I was in year 6, right? We was on our dinner, and there was these like kids in our school who were just like proper, like they were sound, like they were harmless, like no one said nothing, so they were
But they had
proper.
dad issues.
They were like proper nerds, lads. So they were like, all they used to do is sit on like dinner time and talk about Doctor Who. I'm sure one of them had something wrong with them. Do you know what I mean? It was one of them. I know.
Listen, she was pregnant.
Listen, so they used to sit like in like
Lenny off Mice and Men.
like that's exactly what it was like, honestly.
I was only trying to stop the web at Dodge.
Them kids who'd have a TARDIS pencil case in that, you know what I mean? Always had a Vans backpack and stunk.
He had a Doctor Who lunchbox and that, like it was that deep. Like, so listen, the one day they're having the dinner and they're like on the others, like they're over there, like opposite me, and they're talking about Doctor Who, and next thing things start getting heated and that, right? So they're going, he wasn't the 10th Doctor, he was just a lad. So I'm listening to this and I'm thinking, what's going on here?
How are you telling me that Zarlux wouldn't beat the Terminator in the fight?
Lad, listen, it was that.
What the fuck, bro?
The only thing I heard was, what do you mean, lad? He was the 10th Doctor, lad. So they were kicking off at each other. One of them was fucking heavy allergic to nuts. Like he used to walk around with the EpiPens himself. Like if one went near him, it was like,
chasing him.
It was anaphylactic. Listen, it was like anaphylactic shock, like it'd kill him and that. So they're beefing for ages. Then they both stand up and go, "No, I'm ending this conversation. I'm ending it." Right? So the kid walks away, and the lad opens his lunchbox, gets a snicker, and bounces it off his head. Right? The kid, because obviously he was like a big nerd, a hypochondriac, it bounced off his head. He went, "Dad!" And it did it, lad. I fucking nearly died.
Like in Toy Story when they lift Buzz's elbow.
Here's Andy. Lad, it was the fucking funniest thing. Because it was still in the wrapper. That's what made it funny though. It wasn't even out. It just bounced off his noggin. And like, and just ate the death, lad.
Oh, lad, right. Talking about fucking nerds in school, right? I went to Cardleaning, and there was these 2 fucking gimps, and they started arguing in science. And he was like, lad, watch, I'm going to fuck you outside of here. And everyone was going, you're not. You're fucking not, lad. You're both gimps, lad. 2 proper mings, right? So when in between lessons, they started fronting each other on the yard. And it was the worst arguments ever. And then one of them just went, lad, shut up, lad, and laugh fucking roundhouse you to the head. And everyone went, what a threat that is. And he just went, fuck off, whipped this roundhouse out and just floored this kid. He was like a fucking black belt taekwondo fucking or something, lad. And he was
lad,
ming.
shut the fuck up, lad. Right, now listen to this. Right, before you pipe
He's a black belt and origami, the dickhead.
Before fucking Mr. Miyagi pipes up here, right? Listen, no, lad, shut up. Listen, lad. He said, I remember him telling me in uni, and this isn't even probably fucking, what, this is probably about 6 years ago, and he fucking stands by it. He told me one day, look, lad, I'm a black belt in taekwondo, me, and I was going, lad, he's going, lad, I am, you know, I swear down.
He's on the advert and Aldi.
No, it's only recently he told me he got awarded a black belt in them little black kids taekwondo classes when he was like 10.
No, it wasn't a kids taekwondo class. I used to do it with all the grown...
How old were you when you got awarded a black belt?
13, 14.
When was the last time you taken taekwondo?
Oh yeah, round then I broke my wrist and never went back.
Ah, okay.
I swear to God,
I would have made it pro, lad, but my ankle was a bit...
Car crash took me dreams away.
Listen, lad, dude. Listen, lad, I'm telling you now, one day I'll come in with the uniform on and the fucking...
He was trying to fucking karate chop the oncoming car.
Listen, lads, I used to roundhouse kids for fun, lad.
I keep on this wall for him.
Hey, in terms of this kid, though, what a scouser. Because I love shit like that, but it's like, shut up, you little gimp, and he just went, fuck you, boom.
All roundhouse shoot and just fucking webbed him down.
You know what, fucked him out with him again.
I seen a fella get armbarred in Queen Square. I'm not even messing up. I seen a fella get armbarred.
This has gone from squirrels, Snickers, to roundhouse kick.
No, the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life, lad, right? Remember the walkabout in town? Don't know if you're too young for it, right?
Oh, yeah, where that O'Neill's gaff is now by levels,
Concert Square, fucking horrible, greasy, sweaty little gaff, right? It was horrible, right? And we were in there, I think it was a works night out, and there was this lad, he was just a sex pest all night. He was just fucking pestering birds all night, right? And like, and he was going up and he was like trying to get into them, and then like he'd try and like grip their ass, and when they'd say something, he'd like go, you little fucking slag, and like front and all that. And he was just being a dickhead. And he went up to this bird, and this bird went, listen, get away from me, and I'm going to fucking knock you out. He went, you talk to you little slag. And he slapped it, and lad, she just unleashed this combo on him, hit him with like fucking 3 digs, and then volleyed him to the chin and just knocked him clean out on the floor. And I was just like,
fuck off.
That is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. She folded him like slow motion. Like, he was knocked out on his feet and then just landed on the floor with his chin. I was like,
that's amazing. Listen, birds have it hard in town, man. I've seen it with my own eyes. Like, birds have it hard in town. Like, it's rough, man. Rough. I'd love to have seen it spark him out. That'd be sick.
Best thing ever. But like, I used to, because you did MMA for years, didn't you?
Yeah, I actually trained it recently.
And I used to train.
Was you in MMA?
What?
You weren't.
Do you know MMA, lad? Do you know MMA, lad?
I said, did you do MMA?
I did, yeah.
You never.
I'll
fucking roundhouse you, lad.
There's cameras. I've been living here now.
But I trained.
Don't even come jump at me, lad. What are you saying?
Don't jump at me, lad.
I went like that and you're like, don't jump at me.
Oh, what's that? What's that?
I will kill you.
No, not that. No, don't grab me, though.
Let's fucking have it.
What are you saying?
Stop grabbing me, lad.
Don't grab me, though.
I trained in Cowbon. I trained in Cowbon for years just for fitness. Like, I weren't fucking into fighting or anything.
What was it?
Cowbon, you know.
Yeah.
And there was a girl there who was like a fucking kickboxer, and she was fucking solid, right? And one of the lads started like fucking bedding her up and all that, and we were like, lad, you're getting into scraps in town and your bed's banging lads for you, lad. The amount of times like he got into scraps in town, his bed was stepping and started webbing lads everywhere. Imagine your bed protecting in town.
I remember I was training once, and like there was this birthday, and there was no sparring partners left. It was just me and her left without sparring partners, and I was like, oh, I can't.
Because you feel
that's
can't go with it.
I was like, I can't spar with her, because obviously, lad, like, I'm solid, me. So I was like, I can't spar with her.
Did she twist you up, did she?
No, listen, lad, so we were stood there, and I was like, I was just like, dead light, just like throwing little leg kicks and that, and I was just moving that.
But they must hate it though, because they must think, why are you taking it easy on me, and then just fills you in.
No, lad, all of a sudden, she throws this left up to the body, nearly crippled me. So I went, and then I went like that and put my hands down. She just come over the top of this right hand, right on me jaw, and let her cut, Joe, and you can feel your legs going from under, and I was going, oh, what the fuck's going on? So I put my hands up. I was like, oh, fuck that.
You must hate it though, because imagine you've been training since you've been a kid, and then you'll have to go with him, and then the lad's coming over thinking, oh yeah, whatever. And she's just thinking, why are you going like some of your dickhead? Fuck off, just little lampshade.
I would have just went into the changing rooms, like, put a pair of steelies on and just volleyed them round the dint. Just fucking.
That's your favourite word,
dint and population pace, lads.
Right in the birth canal, lad, just fucking volley it everywhere.
Right, are we doing? We calling it?
He's outside.
Hour 34. Let's go. Done.
Thank you so much.
Oh, before we go as well, because I forgot to do it when we had the Cappy of the week, little shout out to a clothing brand called Somnum Apparel. We're going to put a little thing on the screen. I will send you a screen in the corner of the website.
From Garland.
We do like caps, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, all of that good stuff. So if you want to go over and grab a little something, link in the description to them. Thank you very much for watching.
Boom. See you later.